I was on a call with someone from Morgan Stanley, random ancillary, this guy, and we were talking and he said the word pie. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about in this context? And he was like, pie stands for performance, image, and exposure. And that is just like the key to doing all of this. But it really got me thinking. He is absolutely right. He was talking about it in the context of work, but he is right just in the context of life. Performance, image, and exposure honestly are like the key components. I'll also add proximity under the P. And as I'm just like thinking about a lot of my mentors or my peers or myself, all of those components have to exist if you really want to gain traction in life. Like I have some mentors who have the performance piece down, but they may not have the image piece down. They're operating in rooms and spaces where the women are dressed down to the nines and Chanel ready to wear or have the Birkin, all of that. And if they are not aligning to that, I'm visibly watching them and they always sort of just like are on the outskirts of the conversation because they don't have the image piece aligned. And I'm not saying I agree with this. I'm simply saying that's the rules of this world. Or I also know some people who have the performance and image piece down, but if you don't have the exposure piece, you actually have to do a lot more work. Like the people that I know that have the performance and image piece down and they also have the exposure, they don't apply to jobs anymore. They don't like their reputation sort of precedes them because they have this personal brand that supersedes everything. So when you think about like optimizing your life, you want to have a skill set that is irrefutable. You need to be good at what you do. Otherwise, nothing matters. Like you need to be great at whatever it is that you do. You also have to have the image that aligns to whatever spaces or rooms that you are trying to be in, the brand that aligns with whatever you're trying to do. Otherwise, you will simply be overlooked and ignored. Once again, I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that is the rules of this thing. Oftentimes, people are clocking you from the get-go. As soon as you walk in the room, they're trying to assess and fit you into a box of who you are. Once again, that is it. And then lastly, exposure. If no one knows what you're doing, it actually does not matter how good you are at it or how good you look while doing it. No one knows. It's just this empty echo chamber. So make sure that you are always thinking about pie as you're navigating this world.